Welcome back. Well, the integrity of the Teals is under scrutiny this campaign. Monique Ryan's husband was caught tearing down posters of her young female Liberal rival, Amelia Hamer. And Allegra Spender has been exposed for paying influencers to post positive content in a scandal the coalition has dubbed cash for comment. Well, the Liberal candidate for Wentworth, Ro Knox, is up against these tactics, and she joins me now. Ro, good to see you again.
Yeah, great to be on the show, Sharri.
Peter Dutton's come out and said that you would be a minister in his government if there is a coalition government. What's the sense of how the campaign's going? What is your internal research telling you?
Yeah, so the campaign on the ground is going really well. We're getting a huge amount of positive feedback, and Wentworth's ready for a change. They really want to have a seat at the table again. They want to have a member of parliament who's in a cabinet, who has abilities to vote on policy, influence policy and be in the party room.
I reported earlier tonight that a florist, a business owner in Wentworth, in Double Bay, rang Allegra Spender's office, asked her why she pulled out of the debate. And this business owner was told that she didn't trust the editorial standards at Sky News. Why do you think Allegra would have such a problem with Sky News when we hosted fair and balanced debates that were good enough for Albanese and Jim Chalmers?
Look, I can't speak for Allegra Spender, Sharri, but I think it's more that she's got a problem with debating me and debating our campaign team rather than actually a problem with Sky News. And my view is I'd really welcome her to review this decision. I'd welcome Simon Holmes a court to let her debate. I think it's really, really important that the constituents...
You think he's pulling the strings? He's not letting her debate?
Well, I think it was very unusual that she'd agreed to do a debate and then pulled out from a debate. And my view is the people of Wentworth, they deserve to hear what their candidates stand for.
There's a big issue with your posters being pulled down. I'm told dozens, if not maybe even hundreds of posters have been removed. This is very frustrating for your volunteers in particular. What's going on here?
Look, it's very hard. We don't know who's pulling them down, but disproportionately our posters are being pulled down over other campaigns. And my personal view is everyone should keep up everyone's posters. This is part of the democratic process, and it's really disappointing that our volunteers will finish up a long day at work, they'll go and put out some posters, and quite often in the morning they're all gone and replaced with other posters.
The police have even become involved because some of your posters have been quite severely defaced. Swastikas, Nazi symbols, and even dog smear. What's the police involvement here? What action are they taking?
So we've reported particularly the anti-Semitic ones straight to the police because they've also used symbols that are, now outlawed in New South Wales. I don't have an update from the police yet, but I can certainly check in and get one of those. But I've never seen anything like this in a federal campaign before because it's not just a couple, it is a massive number of our posters have been defaced in this manner.
Is it personally upsetting to you because you're not used to this sort of treatment? You know, you've been a private individual. Do you find it upsetting?
I find it upsetting that people think it's acceptable to do this when it's posters for a democratic campaign. And I think the prevalence of it, the fact that this... the Israel issue has come into our electorate and that people think it's acceptable to put these things that are so hurtful, particularly for Jewish people, in our seat.
I've been reporting tonight, and it's been a big issue this week, about Allegra Spender paying influencers for positive content. There was a disclosure issue. What's your view on this?
So, Sharri, obviously the Teals have run on pillars of integrity and transparency, and I don't see integrity or transparency in paying for endorsements and not disclosing it appropriately. And my view is, as well, these personal endorsements are so powerful that to not disclose it appropriately is, I think it shows a complete lack of transparency and integrity. And I can assure you, Sharri, that all our endorsements on our social media are not paid for. They're people of the community that really, really want to change. They really want to change for the better.
There's also been concerns about a wealthy US-based trader, Andrew Killian. He's reportedly, this has been reported in The Australian, given $500,000 to the Teals since 2022. This has come via an investment vehicle built from shares in foreign companies. Do you think there are concerns about this, whether this amounts to foreign funding at all?
So there are concerns with a whole suite of Climate 200, where that funding money's come from. My view is this is something that Climate 200 and Allegra Spender have to answer the question on. They have to prove, in the interest of transparency and integrity, that this funding is accords with all rules and it was done in a proper manner.
I mean, as you say, they ran on a platform of integrity and transparency, but the original source of these donations then isn't quite clear, is it?
It seems murky, and also I noted that the entity didn't have GST status, but the actual donations are so large. So I think once again this is a question that needs to be answered by Climate 200 and by Allegra Spender's campaign.
All right, so just to finish off tonight where we started, you would still like to debate Allegra Spender. You're calling tonight for her to do a debate.
I would love to debate Allegra Spender. I think it would be fantastic for our community to see what their candidates stand for.
Yeah, I mean, no one has suggested that Sky News debates haven't been objective, or even our worst critics, Crikey, The Guardian, no one has suggested they weren't fair. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's an issue with integrity at Sky. I think it's an issue that Allegra Spender doesn't want to have a debate.
Yeah, all right. Well, enjoy the rest of the campaign. Ro Knox, good to see you again.
Great to see you, Sharri.